What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. Now, the Brooklyn Nets are in some serious trouble, and right now, currently, they maintain the second seed. But the separation. Well, look at these standings right over here, man. Milwaukee is 1.5 games back. Philadelphia is 1.5 games back. Cleveland is a game back, and the Knicks are like 2 games back. So I just think it's really important that a fire is kind of lit over here to the Brooklyn Nets. The game yesterday, man, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, Edmund Sumner, I called for him in the previous video. I actually did. And I don't know if Jacques Vaughn was listening because miraculously he actually played. But in terms of his defense, they need him. You see what he actually does. He picks you up 94 feet, and he can be extremely disruptive. I like the way he kind of ran the offense, and he can get to the rim in about 3 to 4 dribbles. But picking up the 3 fouls in the first quarter, I mean, man, that kind of. And then when you get on offense now, you get an offensive foul, which can actually happen. Now he's out of the, he was the 4th foul, and it was just really bad, man. I just think maybe kind of starting Patty Mills instead of Edmund Sumner, because I like in that 136 to 133 victory in Indiana. I like the way Patty Mills was actually running the offense, man. I mean, he was handling the ball very well. He's definitely much more experienced than Sumner, and I can't blame Sumner for that because, he had. Well, actually, I probably could blame him because he hasn't really been playing as much. He's in and out of the lineup, but you gotta stay ready, man. You have to stay mentally engaged, like you're really kind of playing the game, and not just sit there and like, So, Kyrie Irving. I mean, the shot selection from 3, 1 for 7. Now, there was no Ben Simmons there. I believe if Ben Simmons was actually playing, they win the game. And I think Ben Simmons, if he's actually healthy, is going to have a bounce-back game. You're going to see him look to be much more aggressive. I've liked him see it, especially against the smaller guards. Post him up a little bit more. He doesn't really have to drive too much, but it's post up smaller players. He's ambidextrous. He can finish with either hand around the basket. And he'll actually make a big impact, but we don't want the Brooklyn Nets to actually slide off a cliff here. We've seen this movie last season, last year as a matter of fact, where Kevin Durant went down and they lost 11 games in a row. Now I know that it's going to take a little bit of time because it's a shock injury. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that the scenario hasn't been contemplated, and they probably should say, okay, this is what your role is going to be, but it's going to take some time for guys to kind of get comfortable. And now you're asking T.J. Warren, who hasn't played in over 2 years, to do a little bit more. Edmund Sumner has missed the whole year, so it's going to take some time to actually get his timing back. And same thing with Joe Harris. I think Joe Harris was actually, I think he was a +8, surprisingly. But we need more production out of him. Guys, especially the role players. You guys are playing at home. If you were on the road, then I can absolutely understand, struggling. Because a lot of the role players, they struggle on the road somehow. But, it seemed like the Oklahoma City Thunder were actually playing at home. And you have low percentage 3-point. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just sometimes you gotta have more ball movement. I think especially when Kyrie goes out, you need more ball movement there. I'm just trying to think about other things. Oh yeah, and then the 3-point line. Yeah, the 3-point line. They gotta scramble. They gotta actually start closing out onto players, man. They're leaving guys wide open. So it just seems like there's a real sense of urgency, but it is. I mean, just the Nets, if they lose, you know, depending on how everything goes, man, I mean, they can easily slide to the 6 or 7 seed. And like I said, we don't want that. And I predict that the Brooklyn Nets, if currently healthy, will go to minimal the Eastern Conference Finals or to the finals. Now, we don't want to face Boston or Milwaukee early, you know. We don't want to face them early. We want to face them in the Eastern Conference Finals, where all these players are going to be kind of beat up, and then more pressure. You know, role players don't normally perform well under duress. So I believe if the Brooklyn Nets hadn't faced the Boston Celtics into the later rounds, then you know, it could have been almost a different outcome. So we don't want to slide to the 6 or 7 seed, despite the Brooklyn Nets actually being a really, really good team. So let's say if they slide down to the 7th seed and 8th seed or 6th seed and they're healthy, you know, you still got to face Boston, Milwaukee. I don't think Milwaukee right now has the firepower to go against the Brooklyn Nets. Middleton has been up and down. It's going to take him a while to get his rhythm back. You just don't get back into it like that. But Boston does have some firepower. So, yeah, again, a sense of urgency. These guys got to play harder. I don't know what's up with Cam Thomas. You know, if guys aren't going to play defense and not get out to the 3-point line, you need more shot creation out there. They loaded up on Kyrie. And they would do like really the Oklahoma City Thunder were actually really, you know, getting up on that 3-point line and forcing the Nets to actually put the ball on the floor and you know, go to the basket, which, like I said, you know, Joe Harris, it's not really his strength. You know, he doesn't have explosiveness like that to really, you know, go there, take it to the cup, and finish. You know, he needs to be put in a certain position. I think you need to see. Yeah, I think more Cam Thomas. I don't know why he wasn't really playing, though, man. So I'll wrap the video up. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you actually think of the Brooklyn Nets in serious trouble. And is it time to hit the panic button? Should the Nets actually make some kind of a move somehow, being that, you know, you're going to be at least without Kevin Durant another month or so? We don't want them to slide down to the 6 or 7 seed, but we also don't want to have, you know, you don't want to be overly emotional, you know? So, all right, I'll wrap the video up. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, certainly share the video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace out.